Yeah. Oh, and here we go.
You are now about to witness
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual fact. It's your man, the brand, his hands on, going hard like calluses. Nostalgia, aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. From the rip though, I side with the cryptic, we locked them from the get-go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT trip club leading up to the ball. We feel like confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We got our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the number one pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the end of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding on orange blue skies. And Metropolitan, we connecting the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team screaming, I made the platform with passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building, killing this Nick assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, good evening. What's good, everybody? What's good? It's the recap, Divine Shop Powers, Knicks Real Talk. We in the building, man, about to get a popper tonight, man. Talk about the game last night, Knicks 100, Timberwolves 95. Go over all the superlatives and that thing, talk about all that good stuff and everything. Salute to the chat, man. What's good? Doug Fresh, what's popping? APAP, my man, what's popping? Queen Darlene, I see you. What's good, sister? We in here, man. Shop Powers, man. Knicks had a game last night, preseason third game, MSG, Madison Square Garden. Minnesota Timberwolves, Julius Randle back in the building. Dante DiVincenzo back in the building. They had it going, man. What's good with you?
Yeah, man. Salute to you, Divine. As always, salute to the family in the chat. Let's talk about it, man. It was a good game yesterday. You know what I mean? Something what I expected, and we still got to see a lot of players out there last night. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Another game, another preseason game under the belt, man. Third one of the season. Home at MSG, man. A month of fan base. Minnesota Timberwolves was in town for a minute, man. Knicks played a game against some guys, and they went out there, played some basketball. Wasn't the prettiest thing in the world. But they did enough with the bench second unit, who probably played the best game out of everybody, all about the second unit, and Mikal Bridges. Everybody else was okay, whatever. But it's preseason as it is. That's what you get. You know, not expecting to get too much. You just expecting for these guys to keep working on their craft to get ready to head into the regular season. But defense played well last night. So do you, Doug Fresh, for real. They played real good last night. Mikal Bridges playing real good on both sides of the ball. Deuce McBride playing good on both sides of the ball. They got a good defense, man. This team is a defensive thing. It's not an individual thing. You know, no matter how many guys you play team defense, you always got a chance to win a game. And so far last night, holding them guys to 95 was a pretty good thing because, like I said, not too many teams were really knocking them down consistent. The averages was really pretty minuscule, rather subpar. Let's put it like that. Last night because it's preseason and nobody fully got a rhythm yet. But I like the way they playing. I like the way they play the game. I just thought once they field goal efficiency get better and they connect on our shot, they're gonna be a pretty good team. So other than that, man, it was a fun game to watch, especially for playing the MSG Shop Powers. They was back in the building, did what they had to do. Second unit came in, and the reserves and the non-situational players also came in and played some good basketball. It was fun to see.
Yeah, man. They definitely got us some shots yesterday, man. And to hear on the TV when they're interviewing them, talking about getting up 40 shots a game, shooting 3-point shots, it seems like it's going to be real. I mean, last year they didn't. It wasn't like they didn't shoot far from 40. I think they were around 34 a game or something like that. So it was so another 6 shots, will help a team out, especially if you're giving it to 6 players that shoot over 38% from your 3-point land. So with that being said, man, I can't read it. Divine, I ain't got my glasses on. AP salute, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. This is my absolute favorite show. All shows stop when this comes on. Need my KRT, right? Yeah, get it. Thank you so much.
We're gonna have to find a way to get that.
Next time I'm gonna put my glasses on for that one. Thank you.
AP, we got to find a way to maybe to chat or something, get your info, man. I definitely get that, man. For real. Appreciate you, my brother. You already know. Yeah, man. I tell you, what's interesting. Mike Brown ran that game last night, ladies and gentlemen. Did not call any plays. Ain't that some crazy stuff? He did not call no plays last night for the Knicks. He let them freestyle, let them go off of instincts, let them go off of seeing what they learned since he been put his game plan together. I think they did well despite playing against that good defense. I mean, like I said the pregame show yesterday, the Minnesota Timberwolves got a very good defense. Rudy Gobert is a problem, whether you like him or not. Rudy Gobert is always a problem. The stifle tower clogs that middle up, and I think I said yesterday on the show that's why the Knicks got to make sure they jump shooting game on. You got to make sure your jump shooting game on when that man down there, because he does cause a problem down there, ladies and gentlemen. Just his activity, his length, his rim protection, this cat don't have to get off his feet that much, and he causes problems just by his wingspan and not only that, his experience and talent. He's a very good defender, 2-time defensive player of the year. That's why I put the emphasis on that yesterday. Just some of my thoughts, keys to the game yesterday was like, you know what, you better shoot well. This cat can defend down there. But they didn't shoot well, but I still think for a preseason game, what's impressive to me, Shot Powers, is that even though they don't shoot well, they find a way to get them easy buckets in transition. You know what I mean? By playing faster. So even though they might not be shooting well, but they still getting some points because they up and down that floor. And I think that's a really impressive when you got other way to score instead of when you're not shooting at your best. You find another way to score by playing good defense, and getting steals and rebounds, and getting out on a break and block shots, getting some transition, easy buckets. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at with the way they played last night and throughout the whole preseason. So sometimes if your jump shooting game ain't on, you got to find other ways to score a bucket. And they got scorers like Mikal Brunson and Cat, and now you got Jordan Clarkson. I think this is another big emphasis we talked about for the preseason, that he's a scorer. See what I'm saying? So he's not just he's a scorer. And when your jump shot's not falling, but this cat can literally score. So that's a good thing to see too. So I was really excited about all that, Shot Powers, that even though they wasn't at their best, they had enough to show what they can be when they're at their best. And AP, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, Shot Powers, I thought that was a big emphasis on the game. To me, I took that from that yesterday's game, was that even though you went shooting well, you did enough in other ways to win the game. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it is preseason and everybody's trying to shake off the rust and all that narrative and stuff like that. But you cannot not look at that game and be like, wow, man, this is a different style of basketball that they played than last year. They are getting the ball up and they're moving and cutting. This is not like the same, get over here, set one screen, then come around and set a double screen, and then pass the ball, then pass it back to Brunson and let him figure it out and put it in Brunson's hands. Nah, they ain't like that no more. These guys are touching the ball. Guys are putting up shots. They ain't playing about getting up 43-point shots this year. So with them trying to do that, I expect for their 3-point shot for the team to be over 38% this year. I expect that from this team because they're going to put up a lot of 3-point shots. And if on the emphasis, if we're over 36%, 38%, 38%, yeah, that's about right. If they're over 38%, they're top, 10, 5, 10 in the league, for a team. And that's where we need to be this year. 43-point shots, we need to knock them down this year. What is it, about 2,000 a year, something like that, 1,900 or something like that? Let's get them all. Let's knock them down. Let's get them. We need all that. That pace looked so good yesterday, man.
When they are hitting a shot, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks shot 57 threes yesterday. 57.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
57 threes. I mean, if you hit half of them,
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
So you're talking about, let's just hypothetically say 57 3, half of them 25, 3 times 25, 75 points off of threes. That should be insane, bro. That'd be insane, man. For real, for real. So you never know, man. Once this thing they get into the regular season, they done caught up to their rhythm and everything like that. Where it becomes just like eating a meal or something, you know, put on a pair of sneakers, whatever. Wow, these cats go and they hit them. That's gonna be this team gonna be pretty. It's gonna be crazy, man. And Doug Fresh said West Coast b-ball, and Prezi said welcome to New York Knicks Warriors. Facts. That's exactly what this is. I think he implemented that West Coast style of play. Got that Steve Kerr system going on, sort of, at least some of his system. You know, coached with them guys for about 4 years as assistant. You know, and he implemented that style, because that style trickled all the way down from Steve Kerr to Pop to Phil Jackson. You name it. It trickled all the way down to the 1971 to 73 Knicks, 70 Knicks, whatever. Moving that ball like that around that perimeter, an open man, unselfish, cutting, all that stuff, man. I love to see it. I just can't wait till it really just start clicking. And it's gonna be pretty nice. So other than that, man, it was a good game, man. I thought overall, it is what I expected in preseason. Just a lot of getting into a rhythm, figuring out them guys. And I think they did a good job. Julius Randle came out the gate, hit a couple of buckets. But after that, like I said, salute to Mikal Bridges, man. He made Anthony Edwards earn it, and I gotta give Cat no credit too. Them cats playing some defense. At least they put the effort in. And usually when you put in the effort, that's a lot. That's majority. That's a high percentage of defense is putting the effort in. Some of it is skill. A lot of it is effort. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they put a lot of effort in on the defense yesterday, and I think that that was good to see as well. You know what I mean? Because them cats, they did all right. They only shot 37 from the floor. They shot well from downtown, but they only shot 37 from the floor. So that was a good job because they shot well for the charity stripe. I'll put that up in a minute. We go over the stats and everything, and then we open up the panel. But overall, I think our defense did a good job of holding, containing them. It was kind of sloppy too, because it's a preseason game. We're kind of sloppy here and there. But salute to the Knicks. They won the game undefeated in the preseason. You take any win that you can get it. You know what I mean? Hopefully we get these same type of wins when we're in the regular season. We might not be on our best game, but we did enough to get that win. And that's what you want to be at in the regular season. Every game ain't gonna be sweet and pretty and sunny and shiny. Gonna be some rainy days in the garden. Even though it might be sunny outside, it's gonna be rainy, which is that dreary weather when we ain't scoring or we ain't getting no buckets. So it's gonna be kind of crazy. But I tell you what, they keep them putting the effort in, that sun to crack through that cloud, man. Because I like the way they're getting down. So salute to them, Shot Powers.
Yeah, that is a fact, man. It was so quick to seeing the guys play yesterday, and the expectations of what Josh Hart is going to do when he comes back to the team. You want to try to figure that into this to this equation also, but. Mm-hmm. I mean, from what I seen, what can I say, man? It was a good game, man, and guys stepped up last night. I seen good games for Tyler Kohler last night, from Pacone Daddier last night, from Haka Purdy last night. I mean, so they really went out there and showboated and showcased themselves last night. You know what I mean? Guys that are on the unsigned contracts right now. Malcolm Brogdon looked good. Shamet looked pretty good last night, hitting some big shots. I guess in the next couple of days you'll start hearing some names dwindle down and stuff like that. I guess they'll make the rough cut to start put people in the G League, or if they're going to go to the G League team or whatever they're going to do. But in the next couple of games, I mean, we got 2 or 3 games left or something like that. So I think they'll start. Yeah, we'll probably start narrowing down and see where they go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat. Jay Chosen, what's good, my man? Prezi the boss, what's good, my man? Salute to you, E. Gibb. Good to see you, E. Salute to the whole chat, man. Everybody in the building. AP, Queen, what's good? Queen Darlene, Dougie Fresh, man, what's good? We all the way to heaven, Dougie Fresh. You already know. But yeah, they got a couple of games left, man. And then right. Then we get the cop. They got the 3 games left. They got the Wizards, Hornets, and Cavaliers. and then they get ready to go into the regular season on October 22nd. But other than that, man, that everybody doing what they can do. You know, even though our guys, like a lot of our non-rotational guys, you know, they doing what they supposed to do against the competition they play. Like they not, you know, one thing about like a lot of these guys, like the Coldest and all of them, they go out there when you playing against the competition they playing against, and them third stringers, you got to do that. You know what I mean? So that's you know, when you playing their third stringers, you playing they not go out there and show improvement. And I think they doing it for the most part against the guys that's and on their level of playing. Remain to be seen how that might affect when they play the big dogs. You know what I mean? The high caliber players. But I think they're doing a good job in that system, though. Haka Purdy looked good in that system. You know what I mean? Now, you know, remain to be seen if that was Rudy Gobert or if it's one of them true centers in the game who was a first stringer. I think Haka Purdy can handle a first, second, and a third string. It might not be as great as playing a third stringer, but I think if the Knicks needed him, and I think if the Knicks needed anyone on God, I think they got enough game to help the squad out no matter what. You know what I mean? And so that's good to see that these cats keep getting the burn. And like you said, another couple of weeks, another week probably. Matter of fact, October 12th or 22nd is when we start the season. So let me repeat. I made an error. We only got 2 games left, which is the Wizards and the Hornets. Then we play October 22nd against the Cavaliers. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But so you know, let play against the Wizards, sit against the Hornets, or whatever the case may be. But I don't think they need to get too crazy in the next couple of games. But you know, and that's what I'm thinking. That just go out there and give all the playing time to them guys who really need to trying to make this team or who trying to get better. Like to me, you know what I would do? This just me. Monday, I would start Malcolm Brogdon. I would start the whole second unit, or even if the guys play, but I would give majority of the minutes to Brogdon, Shamet, Yabusele, Clarkson, right, and maybe Dewara and Bacone Daddy, because they got some decisions to make. You got to showcase these dudes too. If you got anybody thinking you're going to trade, you got to showcase them. So maybe that it might be a good time to showcase a lot of them guys who you think that you might try to get rid of, you think not going to make the cut. Because you think about it, you haven't seen Alice Lynn, he gone. You didn't see Matt Ryan. And when guys like that, they out. You know what I mean? They out. Latoria was good. Latoria, good to see you, sister. Salute. But yeah, I think guys like Ryan and Lynn and them guys, they didn't play, so I think they might be gone. But it'd be a good time to showcase all them other guys because we're going to really need them to master the system and pick up all the nuances of Mike Brown's system so they could be comfortable going into the regular season shop house. Other than that, it is what it is. Good game overall, and we'll take it down. I'm going to get into the stats in a few minutes. But one quick note, salute to the New York Giants, ladies and gentlemen, for real. I ain't even trying to front. Salute to the New York Giants. Salute to Dart. Salute to that defense. Salute to Scatterboo. Salute to all of them dudes. Man, they went in there and beat the motherfucking Eagles yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. My household is quiet. My brother quiet. My wife quiet. I ain't trying to hear nothing. They all quiet. They ain't trying to talk to me. They know me, man. It's all good, man. That was a good job for the Giants, man. That was a really impressive win. And my man Brian Burns and Sexy Dex and Carter and Thibodeau and them up front.
They started to get it together. It's still early.
That's real talk. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into the stats. Then we open up the panel real quick, man, and I'm gonna get Jay and them up in here. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, good game, Giants. So salute to you guys, man. I hope y'all can win a couple of more. We get to 500, we might be able to get to that playoff, like me and Shaw talking about in the background. Get the 500. We'll take it from there. For sure. That'd be astounding. That'd be outstanding right there. But ladies and gentlemen, here goes. Let's get into these stats and everything right quick. And we get back at it, man. Real talk, man. So to everybody, yo, make sure I hit that button for your brothers, man. Hit that like, subscribe for your boys. Let's talk about this thing right quick. Shot Powers yesterday, not too much in the preseason. 105, 195. They picked up their scoring in the second half. First half, 20 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second. They scored more in the third and fourth quarter. But a lot of that was and the overtime, obviously. So you think you take away that overtime, they only scored 90 points in regulation. So you could tell it wasn't the offense flow to the game. But player-wise, They did pretty well. Mikhail played 25 minutes. He was a -4, but he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. He was in them passing lanes last night. He was taking people candy for sure. Or Anunoby, 24 minutes, 3 for 8, shot good from the floor, 2 for 6 for downtown, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. A good job by him. 1 steal. He was a +3. I like to see that, man. And like I said, sometimes I think the numbers across the board was smooth for 20. He got 8 points, but he got the 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and he got a steal. That was good to see. Towns, 26 points, not so much 10 points, 26 minutes. Apologize. He had 11 rebounds, though. He's doing cat things. He had 10 of them in the first quarter. He was killing it. I'm like, yo. But he didn't shoot the ball too well from the floor, but he did shoot well for the charity stripe. He went 6 for 7. So even though he wasn't shooting good from the floor, but he made it up at the charity stripe. That's what you want to do. If you can get the foul text down, and because that means you get to the line. He got to the line 7 times, knocked down 6 of them. Can't complain about that. Mitchell Robinson had a quiet game. I knew that was going to happen with Rudy Gobert down there from an offense standpoint, but still, what was impressive, he had 13 minutes, shot powers. He had 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block in 13 minutes. That's some good numbers. He had 1 point. Now you ain't gonna know it. Like we know, it's hard to do that against Rudy Gobert, like we talked about yesterday. But other than that, Jalen Brunson, 27 minutes, 4 for 14, 2 for 2 for the chat, 1 for 6 from downtown. Didn't shoot the ball relatively well last night, but he did have 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And that's what you want to see. Even though you might not be scoring, you're doing other things. It took some good charges last night. Took a couple of good charges last night. Seems like his defensive tendency has picked up this year too. Not saying this, I don't know if it'll stay like that, but look like he's a little bit more assertive on the defense side of the ball to me.
He a little thinner too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a good job. 11 point. Yabusele, 14 minutes. The bench played pretty well yesterday, and then playing their bench guys as well. 14 minutes, 2 for 6. Didn't shoot the ball well from downtown. 2 rebounds, 1 steal. He was -11, only 4 points. Jameson, he came in, had 2 points. Tucson, +7 3-point, had a 3-point shot. He took that, made a 3-point shot. He 1 for 2, shot 50% from the floor, so that was good by him, and 1 rebound. DeWara didn't have too much of an impact game. I noticed that he wasn't really in the team like he yesterday. Wow, I couldn't tell you about that. He only played 6 minutes anyway. But I think Haka Purdy, his minutes was pretty good. 11 minutes. It wasn't even about the scoring. This was his rebounding. Was aggressive when he had a blocked shot. That was good to see as well. I think that Shaman was -7. He had 3-point knockdown to 3, 1 for 4. Deuce Pride had a good game. I thought his all-around game was spectacular yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. 27 minutes, 3 for 10. He didn't shoot the ball real well, but he did enough to me with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, +5. That was he played it because his opponent wasn't doing that good neither. His defense was pretty stellar yesterday, man. So that means he had a good game as well. Clarkson had another good game, 4 for 11. He didn't shoot the ball well from downtown. He got to pick that up, but he did have 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and +7, 10 points. Other than that, Brogdon, I liked his game. He was a plus. Well, he had 1 for 4, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. I just think he's going to be that guy for that backup point guard. And Garrison Matthews still fighting for that position. 6 points. Kolick, 5 points, and McCone Daddy, 5 points. Them guys, they shot the ball pretty well. It's up in 3-point range, 37% from the floor, though. Our defense really did a good job there. But they shot well from downtown, almost 40% from down there. They shot well for the charity stripe. They didn't have no outstanding numbers. One thing I do want to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Edwards, 27 minutes, 6 for 17. And a lot of that had to do with Mikal Bridges. For real.
Right.
Mikal
Defense was no joke.
Yeah, his defense was on point yesterday, man. If he play like that the rest of the year, that's going to be a good sign when once all of them get locked in. Other than that, they had relatively some numbers that didn't stand out like that either, man. But overall, Shot Powers, good game. We won the game, sloppy in a sense, but we still won the game. That was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting to see, a couple of games in when you see Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges really help out on the defense. Mm-hmm. These 3 guys, like you said earlier, Divine, Towns is willing to play better defense, staying on the ground a little bit more, not being so handsy. He still got a couple of, but I seen a couple of plays where it looked like he was going to get fouled. I was like, oh yeah, all right, good defense. Yeah. I seen a couple of plays like that. So better defense, slimmer, hands not so much in the cookie jar, stuff like that. Brunson, always close out. He always he plays good defense. And the things that I didn't want to see him to do, he caught some charges yesterday. I didn't want to see him to do that, but he caught some charges, and that's good defense. So I'm liking the way things are going. You know what I mean? So if we can continue to do this with the defense, I'm telling you, man, OG Anunoby on the side with Brunson, with Mikal on his backside. And I mean that just takes if you switch it to with if you switch with only way that you could have a in my opinion, you can't even say a bad defense if it's Cat and Brunson switching off men, which that probably won't happen. So and they switching more. They're not trying to fight over it. It looks so good, man. I like what they're doing, man. They're fighting sometimes, but sometimes they're switching. And now you can have Brunson on a 5, or you can have Brunson on a 3, or you can have a Cat on a 3 or 2 or something like that. So it looks good.
Yeah. Just I want to make a point because we made a point early in the show, and Latoria and the size 9 athlete just put it in there as well. But yeah, that was impressive. Latoria, that in size 9 that Mike Brown literally didn't call no plays for these dudes. That to me. What that does is just build a lot of character, man. A lot of trust, a lot of respect that you can play that game with the people you have, and the coach let you freestyle and do that, and you still was able to relatively above average do what he would ask you to do when he is calling plays. So I thought that was really impressive as well. It really was, man. Like I said, this team just got to keep working on the bad habits and keep building on the good ones. They're getting the rhythm pretty soon, I'm quite sure. Like I said, it's still preseason. I think by the 10, 15 game of the season, you will really see NBA basketball in full, what I'm looking for, perfection mode. Let me say perfection mode, that their game would be perfected by then, but by playing a lot of more competition and stuff like that, because it takes time to get into a rhythm and get your game on after being off for so many months. But they looking good, and so salute to them for playing like the way they play without no calls being called for them. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. I think if they keep up doing what they're doing, they're gonna be a problem, man, for real. Let me throw out the highlights, then I'll open up the panel, man. Y'all can get in here, Jay and everybody, whoever chooses to get in. But yeah, man, other than that, man, it was good to see. I think that they starting to understand what Mike Brown want to do. He's accountability coach, like Mikal said. He's holding these cats accountable, and he calling them out. He giving them their flowers when they do good, but he also let them know respectfully. He let them know when they don't do something good. So I think the Knicks is happy with the way he's coaching so far. Remain to be seen how the thing pan out. Here goes some highlights from last night, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the Knicks doing their thing. Check it out and see how they doing this thing. Defense, see that defense, Mikal in the back right there. Real.
That was Mitch too.
Yep. Look at that passing, man. That's insane. Defense, Bruce was driving from the back shot, Powers stripping that ball, alley-oop to Vaselli. Boom. This guy can improvise. I can look at how he improvises. Fake the pass of Mitch. Look at Mikal again. Pass play. Hit the feet. What Brunson do. Pass. Mikal.
Man.
And the problem this year, they can keep that up. Pass. Boom. That's one of his. That's an underrated trait that people don't get Clarkson credit for.
Right.
He's a good passer.
He should. He got a good handle.
Yes, he does. Fast break, easy points right there, ladies and gentlemen. Here go the midi. This cat, to me, him and Mikal Bridges and Brunson got the best middies on that basketball team. Fight for that spot, South Howard. Garrison Matthews. 30.
I like how Freddie did
yesterday. Yeah. He's an active guy. He really goes out there and puts an effort out there. They just got to keep getting better, and get the continuity. The starting lineup got it. They played together last year. But once that bench, that's going to be the one that's going to probably take more games than the starting lineup, because that bench haven't played together. Like Brogdon new, Clarkson new, you know what I mean? Dude's still there, but Yabusele new, depending on who played Josh Hart, whatever. So they got to get their continuity together more than the starting lineup do. Because so once they, you can imagine once they get settled in. But I seen the way Clarkson and Yabusele work together. That's good. A deuce with Brogdon. So salute to them, man. Like I said, wasn't a great game, but enough to show you what can be once they get in sync. We see how it goes from there.
Yeah, it you're right about that, Divine. The second unit needs to get a little better. Not that they're bad, but they don't have it yet. They not full assess like the starting unit. You can see that the starting unit now knows where to look for each other at, and soon the second unit will be the same. Brogdon in that second unit is going to make it easier for everybody to get to the ball and touch the ball and make some good passes. He's a good pass to shoot type of guy, hockey assist type of guy. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what they do that way. And it's just going to be, I don't think it's going to take long. These guys are running. These guys know basketball. These guys ain't new. They just got to get, to know where everybody is and, that gelling thing and stuff like that. And I think they'll be fine. This new pace thing is going to blow my mind this year, and I love that this could be the year that when I say pace, that I really mean it. You know what I mean? Because last year we pushed the pace, but we also controlled the pace when we needed to. This time it ain't gonna be no control. It's wide open. It's wide open. So let's get it.
Anything that you're concerned about? Anything you're concerned about from a con perspective? A lot of pros with the team. I know we talk about a lot of pros on the show. Any of the cons that you're worried about with the team?
I mean, right now, we all speaking, as we've been saying this whole time on paper. We just speaking about on paper, but injury could always be something, something that's scary or stuff like that, or if we don't make this right decision coming down this pipeline, are we going to keep Pacone and are we going to keep Pacone and Tyler and just get one of the guys, Malcolm Brogdon, and let Shaman go? And I mean that's the question. You know what I mean? That's the question. Is that what it's going to be? I think the starting lineup looks like it's going to be Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup. So. Is that what they're going to do? They're going to push this team that's striving for greatness this year, the championship, to keep Pacone and Tyler here and give up Shaman and maybe not even bringing back what's his name, Garrison. I forgot the dude on our team that's knocking out the two. I mean, you give up those two guys, we could get 3 veteran players that have been in battles. I don't know, Divine. That's my biggest pullback, because right now, if you ask me, we have 12 guys, but if you add the 3 guys in the G League, you know what I mean, we have 15 guys. If you add the other 2 guys with Shaman and Malcolm Brogdon, now you're talking about 17 guys. So we have a full roster. You know what I mean? Some of these two-way players going to be up here 41 games or something like that. One of these two-way players may be the 15th man at the end of the year if we move on for Bacone and Tyler to keep that $1 million in our pocket for like a move for PJ Brown last year. So I don't know, Divine, but those are the things that could happen. Some of the things that can happen anyway.
Yep. I'm gonna open up the panel in 1 minute. Let me get the story here. I'll open up the panel 1 second. It's crazy to me that I really cannot point out too many cons of this team right now.
Facts.
I'm really searching for, like, what do I think that niggas is not doing good? Do I think they're not good here? It's hard to pinpoint anything because, first of all, it's preseason to me. And if you want to say they're not shooting the ball well and from the 3-point line, them would be the cons that their offense percentages hasn't got to where they got to yet, because they're not playing them many minutes. Like Cat and Big Brunson, none of them guys is playing over 25 minutes. So you can, sometimes you might miss your first couple of shots, but you might hit your last 6 or 7. So that's why it's hard to judge this team from a scoring perspective, because they're not playing 35, 36 minutes, whereas if you play 18 minutes and you might miss your first 6 shots in the 18 minutes, but the next 18 minutes, you might hit all 7, like I said. So it varies once you get into the flow of the rhythm of the game. And, you start off kind of slow, but then you might say, now I come out in the second half, I kind of adjusted to the way the defense is playing me. Now I can make my adjustments. Now my scoring becomes easier. So we're not getting a lot of that because they're not playing that many minutes. So I can understand why that's a con for me right now, just that the offense is not really scoring at a good level, from a percentage standpoint, it's just due to the fact they don't play enough minutes. Even they shot 75% from the charity stripe, but they shot 26% from downtown. So we had to go from there, and I let Jay get the building. Jay Cholder, what's good, my man? Salute to you. What's going on with you?
Salute. How we doing?
We good, my man. What's your thoughts on that game, man? How you feeling?
I was thinking about if you were making any noise or being polite inside that room yesterday with that Giants game with your family. That's what I was thinking. Were you quiet? Everybody else was quiet, but were you quiet?
Yeah, I was quiet. Me and my wife was down at the conference, man. So I was in the
I already knew that answer. I knew that answer.
If I could, though, if I was home, it would have been a wrap, though. It would have been a wrap.
I pictured you while you said it, jumping up and down on the bed while they were all sort of like that. Anyway, long story short, look, we got it's preseason. It's kind of like two different things. One, this team is extraordinary. We ain't never seen. How many times are we gonna say this? I'm gonna say this over and over again. On the paper, we don't like to use that thing. But on paper, I don't know. I can't remember. I've been even searching that we have had a team. We went from having a great starting unit with no bench to a great everything, including possibilities where some of these great people some of these other people might not even make the team. There's so many great players, right? And then you have the other side where is how much can we talk about it? Because right now it's all about get to the season time. Right. It's preseason. We're trying to see how they gel up, how they work together. We two great minds think alike. Right before you said it, I put it in the chat. After next game, they need to let them put put them at the starting unit, hopefully against the other team's first unit, at least to start, just to see how they play, and last but not least, I think it's going to be real tough to leave a really good 3-point shooter, even though we have a bunch of them. I want to see what Leon does, or whoever's going to make the call, what they do with Matthews, with stuff like that, because it could be valuable down the stretch. Somebody that, like I said, like a broke DiVincenzo, like you could just stop pop from anywhere. Who knows? We have a bunch of. Now, I'm not saying we have a bunch of shamans, but we don't have this guy is more 3-point oriented. He's better. You know what I'm saying? That's his gig. That's what he does. And and it was nice to see Towns double. Played some minutes. Like to see how him do it. The double bigs. I really think this is Legoland. I think we're going to see a starting unit. I think it may change. It may change during the year. It may change on a constant basis. I think the first 15 games is really going to show us if we're going to keep a starting unit, but I really don't believe we will this whole year. I think it will change here and there. So I'm excited as hell. And go G-Man. Yo, what a game, bro. That run by Dart when he and he went over there, man. Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's Giants talk.
Giants talk. Yeah, but I tell you what, you can't go wrong with anything. But I think I guess how I want to say the thing without saying it. I think these guys is going to go out there, no matter if it's Josh Hart, whoever going to be there. We always just got to keep in mind rhythm and continuity, and being familiar. I think Mike Brown will go. If he go with starting five, the starting five going to be that starting five until he feel otherwise. Because I think I think no matter what, to me, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Carl Anthony Towns, and OG Anunoby going to start every game this year. There's only one position there that might change. But Brunson, 40 million, Carl Anthony Towns, 50 million, and Anunoby 35, 36 million, and Mikal 35, they starting. So I think that's the reason why that continuity is what I love about this team. That them they four big dogs, them dogs. Ain't nobody on that team messing with them four. And I think, like you said, if they change it up the way you guys talking about, I think it will be that one position that's fifth starter. I think that would be that one. They probably say, okay, if it ain't Mitchell, if we playing a team tonight and they small, you might say throw Deuce Bride out there. Or if they playing a team they might say throw Josh Hart out there. But the main four dudes, they lock and loaded.
You said the main four, Mitch or Mikal? Mikal, you're talking about JB, Mikal, OG, and Cat, right? You're talking
correct. Yeah, them are over $40 million players, or at $40 million players.
100% agree. They will be definitely every single game starting. We're talking about that fifth
position. Yeah, that fifth starter. I can see that flexing or depending on the team they playing and the matchups and everything like that. And it's gonna be crazy because now, like I said, you can't go wrong with no matter who you throw in. I don't give you.
No matter who.
It don't matter. It don't matter who you throw in there. Shot Powers and Jay Choder, because them starting four dudes that's like the cornerstone of that team, and them cats gonna be getting it. So I'm excited about it, man. I can't wait till the season starts. October 22nd, Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's get it. You know what I mean? And they got Boston from the rip after that. So. Shot Powers, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting year, man. They still got some things to work out, some kinks to work out in their armor and get all this stuff polished and everything. But I'm looking forward to the next couple of preseason games, and then a couple of weeks from now, we ready to get it popping.
I'm about the same, Divine. I just as the season goes on, you know what I mean. I believe we'll be getting better, and I think we'll have a good run out of the gate because of the starting unit that we had coming back this year. Pretty much, the like we said, the core four. You know what I mean? So I think we'll have a good experience with them in the beginning as we're still working out kinks and trying to iron out the creases and all that other good stuff. I think the second unit is not going to take long to click, and I think it will always be a starter in the second unit until they develop that 9.5 10th man, that Brown talks about. I think it's going to be a solid 9-man rotation right now until they decide who's going to be that 10 man and how they're going to run the starting 5 with the 4 guys on the bench. And that's it. I'm ready for all of that. I think, I got in my head, I'm thinking Malcolm is going to play just like Mitchell Robinson is. He's going to play no back-to-backs. He's going to play limited minutes in the second quarter. Shamuth will fill in for him. That's how Shamuth will get his minutes this much this year to get him in rhythm. And, if, who stays back unless they let the 2 young guys go. If we get this other guy to stay too, so be it. Whatever it takes to see to get. I mean, I think with the team we have right now, I think we're sure to be, sure to be to the playoffs this year. And going up against one of the great West Coast teams. But the one thing that we're going to have to our advantage is having a West Coast coach to lead us against a West Coast team. So let's get it.
Yeah. It's interesting to me. I think Jay talked about it earlier, but somebody gonna have to be the sacrificial lamb. I hate to say it,
no doubt.
If you want to keep Brogdon, Shamet, and Matthews, and the reason why you want to keep Matthews obviously for the 3-point, but I think between Shaman and Matthews, you're gonna probably have to lean to Shaman because of defense. So and that's the tough part about that because my man Matthew can shoot it, and Shaman can shoot it too, ladies and gentlemen. He's a career 39-point shoot, 39% shooter from downtown. So let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? But my man is just like right now preseason. Matthews is consistent with it. You know what I mean? Really. But I think it's gonna boil down to the playoff experience and Shaman's defense that might give him the edge over Matthews. Just to me, that 3-point shooting, they both do what they do. But I think Shaman's defense and his playoff experience, and him and Malcolm Brogdon's playoff experience, even though Matthews has been around to some teams, but that's going to be a tough decision. So what do we do, Jay Choda, if we want to keep all three of them? Are we going to have to let a Daddy go? Are we going to have to let him and Bacone go? Or do you think it really don't make sense to let Bacone and Daddy go if them guys that we talk about keeping is not even in the rotation and they just situational? Do we sacrifice Tyler Kolek and Bacone Daddy for, let's just say, Shaman and Matthews if Shaman and Matthews is situational?
All right, so yes.
Okay, that's real. That's real.
No, right? So like,
that's real.
Yeah, but for real, you gotta look at it like this. A lot of times in sports, you might go out and get somebody, and they call it for rental, right? We did it in our team that we like in baseball, and we ended up getting Baez and for the all-time great center field now in the Chicago Cubs. Bad move. You got to make good moves here. Is Kolek going to be a real serious part of this future? They got to make this decision. Is Daddy? They are not even. There are some in college still that are Daddy-A's, right? That you could that are going to come out and you could replace very easy. You don't have a lot of 4-year conceded the court type of point, real point guard out there anymore like that. So that's a little difference between Kolek and him. Are you gonna, then we have these other guys, man, like the Dinks and Diawara that are down there. The future's bright. Here's why I say yes. You want to keep all the people who have been there and done it. You want to keep all the people. Like the one thing you could add to Shaman besides his defense is he can handle the rock a little bit too. So if he's in trouble, that's different. Matthews can't handle the rock so much. He's more off the ball, get the shot off and whatever. But I still want him on the team. So you will have to sacrifice somebody. Do any of these kids do they have a place in our future is the question. And if they also added, we're going for a championship here. This year is not about making the playoffs. This year is about making the finals. Let's keep it funky fresh. If we make only the Eastern Conference or we make only a play-in, we have stunk up I don't care if we make the playoffs as a play-in team, we stunk because we should win. I want to say it out loud. 70 games. 65 games. Okay. This is I didn't want to say it until that last show before the thing. But the show starts on my mother's birthday. The game starts on my mother the first day of the year. We are going for the championship this year. To me, it's not finals or bust. It's win the damn thing or bust because this team is stacked city. So the answer is yes to letting people go who are not going to be part of that. And then you could add the stuff that Shah said add them together to get somebody else. Maybe for the future, maybe there, who knows, whatever it might be.
Let me ask
you. We want all these guys. We want pros. We want pros, and we want people who've been there right now. This is a finals just get on the train for the finals team right now.
I got you, Shah. What do you think about that same question, my man? Who gonna be the sacrifice? Would you sacrifice Kolek, Daddy, whoever to keep Matthews, Brogdon, and Shaman?
The easy thing to say to that is yes, because you already right now, the reason why I say that is not even so much that I don't like Pacone or I don't like Tyler Kolek, but we do have in our farm system another Pacone. We do have in our farm system another Tyler Kolek. You know what I mean? And our farm system already. And the way that this Leon Rose has put this young boy, this young man into the G League, 19 years old, that's 6'7", and he's going to be phenomenal. And he's already, something that to look at. So yes, can we let go of Tyler Kolek that's a little older to hope for next year to bring this guy up on a rookie contract? Because they didn't sign him this year. They put him in the G League. So next year he can become a rookie contract. So that's smart. You know what I mean? He can get a $1.something million contract. If we struggling to get one of the cheap $1.9 million contracts, perfect.
Yep.
Right now we got Malcolm, we got Muhammad Dewar right now. What we need Pacone for? This guy is doing some of the same things that he's doing, more, in my opinion, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit willing to go to the hole and drive, maybe about an inch or two taller than what Pacone is. I think he's 6'8", 6'9". Pacone is like 6'6", 6'7". So, and willing to shoot the three-pointers just as well as Pacone. And let's not say nothing, because everybody talks about Pacone didn't play that much last year, but Pacone was hurt last year. Yep. A lot of people didn't mention that, saying that he could have played because Tibbs Tibbs didn't play because he was hurt. He had the same toe injury that he had in the summer league, something similar to that same turf toe injury again. So maybe this might be the year to let him go. He's still young and he probably could prosper. If we let him go, we could get 2 guys for 3 guys. I mean, we still have the veteran minimum plus these 2 guys will make $5 million, and we could give the rest of that money to the other 2 guys, Shamif and the other shooter that we talked about. I keep missing his name. Matthews. I keep saying Grandis. I don't know why I keep saying. I'm thinking about the Grandy man.
His first name is Garrison or something. So I think that's what you get.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's
his first name sound like a last name, so that's why it sound like
all
that.
Right, that's maybe that's why I'm saying that. Okay, so but that's what yes. So and to make a long story short, yes, I would give him up for this team that's striving to go for the playoffs this year, to win the playoffs this year. And next year, that money that we have for those 2 guys will be off the books if we offer it to these guys this year. So I think that we recoup that money if we give it to these veterans next year. The money comes back in our bank account. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I second pretty much everything you're saying. I think these guys, you know what sometimes it is, you in the wrong place you in the right place at the wrong time. Like they in the right place, it's just the wrong time. Like this was like we still had like the younger version before Brunson got here, and it might have been different, but now they on the quest to try to go deep and win this thing. That's their expectations. Not only is it our expectations, like listen to Mikal Bridges and them. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it. You ask every player in that locker room, they only got one goal. They got one goal in that locker room. From when I hear them talking, like they know they left the bad taste in their mouth at the end of their last season. The reason why we picking the Knicks to go to the finals, because they picking themselves to go to the finals.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? And anything short of that going to be a disappointment. So I think as a fan base, we just really carrying their energy over. The New York Knickerbockers, after losing that, they only got one mission. They really do. One mission. You talk to every player in there. They might take it a game at a time, but they got one mission. That's to win that thing. And they believe they could do it too. They ain't just talking. They believe they got enough to win it. And I believe they got enough to win at Shot Powers and Jay Chosen. It's just that it's going to take time, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay no attention to these numbers, man. Don't look at these numbers. And I understand a lot of people's concern so far about what they seeing, but it is preseason. Think of what I'm saying. 25 minutes. Mikal Bridges, 24 minutes. They not playing their regular minutes. They're not, because they don't supposed to. You don't want these cats playing 35 minutes in preseason, wind up getting themselves hurt because they ain't in full condition yet. They just started running the training camp a couple of weeks ago, a week ago. They opened the training camp, so it's got to be, a step-by-step process. Shot Powers, they chose it. They might play 25 a day. Now, next game they might play 30. You know what I mean? As they get more, their bodies and their mental and physical get more accustomed to playing these minutes coming out of the season. I think they'd be okay, but. Like Cat had a double-double. And hey, Dave, I understand your concerns, Dave Smith. I do understand your concerns about Cat at the 4. I also want you to think about this here as well. Cat played the 4 very well with Rudy Gobert and them. Them cats went to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, Cat been playing the 4 for the last 6-7 years. So I think be okay. Dave Smith, I do understand your concerns. But I do think it's not going to be a problem because Cat had some good years at the 4 in the last 5-6 years when he was over there, ever since him and Rudy Gobert was doing that size thing. So give it a minute, Dave Smith, see how it works out. And if it don't look like it's going to get any better, Dave Smith, then I agree with you. We might need to change it up. But I would say give it a chance, Dave Smith, just to see how it goes. It's preseason. Don't put too much stock into it because I don't think they where they need to be yet because it's still early. But I do get your concerns, though. I do get your concerns about that. Rightfully so. You got to write. That makes sense. But I think they'd be okay. I think they will be okay just due to the fact, if you look at Cat numbers over the years with Rudy Gobert at the 4, he was okay. He was okay. I think he might. But think about it. Shot Powers and Jay Toll, that dude had 11 rebounds last night. He played 26 minutes, had 11 rebounds. Dave, yeah, you're right.
I don't think he will have a problem playing this role with Mitchell Robinson as being a small forward. The role that he's going to have a problem with, in my opinion, is playing power forward when Mitch is in there and then playing the center when Mitch is not in there. The transposing 2 positions that he can change. That may throw him a little loop this year because now he's playing 2 positions opposed to playing a dominant 1 position. You know what I mean? So I think that is more of what he'll probably have problems with. And who knows, by the middle of the season or something like that, Mitchell Robinson may not still be starting. Maybe they might implement a Deuce McBride or a Josh Hart, or who knows. But for right now, I think let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I think the biggest change for Cat, in my opinion, is him playing two roles this year. He will be playing the center role and the power forward role when Mitchell Robinson on the court. And I think that's his biggest challenge this year, aside from being a power forward or being a center.
I understand where you guys come from with that. Me, just my opinion. Cat 10 years in the league, he been doing it for years. Cat, Cat is a superstar. He's a superstar. You understand what I'm saying? He's a superstar. He good. Trust me, I'm gonna tell you. Not disagreeing, but he's been doing it for the last 6 or 7 years since with Rudy Gobert. So even when Rudy Gobert would go out, Cat would move to the 5. But what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm trying to say, Cat is a professional, dominant, all-star, 9-time, or whatever how many all-stars he's been to in NBA. He'll figure it out. Cat, this ain't new to him. See, and that's what's intriguing to me because that's why I like about Cat and Brunson and all these guys so much, because this is not new to them. You know what I mean? These dudes been doing this shit for the last 7-8 years. I think even look at Cat number. The Cat played center last year was 24-13. You know what I'm saying? He was 24-13 at the 5 last year. I mean, he's just so uber talented. His talent is so uberish. You could put him anywhere, he'd be fine. I think y'all guys might concern might be when it comes to the fouling. The Cat was busting all the centers' asses last year. He was killing them, dude, Joe. So I think hopefully, and another thing, I don't think they making Cat do this. I think Cat willingly. I don't think they would tell Cat he got to do something without putting his input in it. I think Cat saying, "Listen,
I agree with that 100%."
Nick said, "No, Cat, we might need you to go back to the 4 this year. We got a better chance of winning with Mitch at the 5." Cat said, "Okay, I'll get it.
I can shoot more 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Sure, I can.
Sure, I will. Right.
I'm tired of only shooting 5 3-pointers a game. Let me get back to shooting 8, 9 3-pointers a game. Thank you for giving me that opportunity." That's what I think. I think he said, "Thank you, because I'm tired of shooting 5 3-pointers a game when I can shoot 8. When I got a big man that can rebound the basketball and kick it back out to me if I miss." So I think that's what maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I think Cat. I think that's why they did it, Shaw Powers. I think you just hit the nail right on the head. Cat can go back out to that 3-point line, get up more shots.
Facts.
Not be bogged down in that paint. But here's another thing, Jay Choden shot. Even when Mitch go out, Cat ain't got to go to the fire. You can throw Yabusele there. Yabusele, big boy.
I was going to get to that too. You know, so
it's positionless basketball. There's no really. It's so positionless now. I think Cat. This to me can prolong his season because now he can go back out there and they got to be down there pounding and getting boom all day long. And I think that's what they're looking at because I really believe that they might think that, you know what, I want to take the pressure on him getting banged up all the time. But he, like I said, he did it 5 years, 6 years with Rudy Gobert. He
looked good against Julius Randle the other night. I don't know. Maybe he looked good against Julius, and he looked good against Gobert when he's played against Gobert. So I don't know. You know what I mean? The biggest, to me, his biggest transition this year will be playing that quasi 2-man role, that 4-5. You know what I mean? Right. That's, to me, I think that's his biggest challenge. It's not him playing the 5 or him playing the 4. In my opinion, it's going to be a challenge for him because he's done it great at both positions. When he was in Milwaukee, he used to be a center. Then he went to the power forward when Gobert got there. So last year he was a center. If he goes back to the power forward where Mitchell Robinson started, what's the big deal? I like him back at the power forward because I believe that he could get up more shots. Last year, he only shot, if I'm not mistaken, he only averaged 5 3-pointers. When he was with Milwaukee, if you want to talk about him being the power forward, I think it was 8 when he had Gobert down there. Big difference in 3 3-pointers. You know what I mean? That's 9 points. You know what I mean? Not saying anything that makes a difference, but, you know, that 9 points is 9 points. I mean, he got more shots up. I don't know if it's the same points, but I just know I think I like to see him out there on that wing or at the top shooting those threes instead of him bound. And he's still going to get down there and get rebounds because Mitchell Robinson draws 2 defenders. So if he's anywhere in the vicinity of being down low, he's still going to get double-double numbers. He's still going to get double-double numbers, man. If he's down there banging or if his man is hanging out and Mitchell Robinson is down there getting double-teamed by 2 men trying to box Mitchell Robinson out, well, here come Cat. Somebody that scored 13 rebounds last year. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me grab that one. Oh, let me grab that with that one. Oh, let me grab that one. How many you got, Mitch? Thank you. Let's push the pace. I can throw the pass too once I grab the rebound. I'm with all that.
Yeah. Before I pass it,
I think no matter how you put it, again, my bad.
Yeah, real quick on this note, and then I'll give it to you. Even if Cat and Mitch start, believe Mitch played the first 3 or 4 minutes, he going out.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Right. And they try to Cat right to the 5 anyway. But they have to do that, ladies and gentlemen. To me, why you have to start Mitch with Cat is just because Mitch can help keep that score at a certain level until they take him out and move Cat. The good thing about Mitch starting to me, the defense for the first 5 minutes of the game or 3 minutes of the game might not allow the Knicks to have the score get random up. Now you got somebody helping Anunoby and Mikal for the first 3 or 4 minutes. Then you take them out because now they didn't squander a lead because they had a bunch of offense dudes in there. I mean, you know what I mean? Non-defense guys in there. I think that with Mike Brown looking at the things Shaw Powell's talking about, the things Jay talking about, you get them to shoot the 3. For the first 3-4 minutes of that game, you do got 3 stellar defenders in there, 3 stellar defenders. You know what I mean? Richard Robinson, Nobi, and my man Mikal Bridges to start the game, 3 stellar defenders. And then you know what? With the offense that we have, okay, you know what? For the first 5 minutes of the game, our defense kept these cats in check. Our offense ran them up. Switch that shit out. Take Mitch out. Bring whoever you're gonna bring in here. Move Cat to the 5. Cat go down in the paint. Busting people because you're gonna be Josh Hart and my man Deuce Bride probably.
Probably Josh Hart coming off the bench first.
Yeah, Josh, probably Josh.
It probably Josh, or Deuce or whoever it is. It's gonna be funny to watch that.
Yeah, go to the 5 side, bust him down there. So it's a win-win. He rests his body.
Right. And then I think you're probably gonna see Clarkson and Yabusele come out at the same time for the power forward and shooting guards. Listen, I think I always say this: 2 things can be right at the same time. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that if we start double big and we move what Shah's saying that he has to play both center and power forward. He did it last year for the last quarter, the last 40 games of the year, or whatever games of the year. Right. He did that last year. He did it successfully. He's been doing. He's a 7-footer. He's an NBA All-Star. He will be able to fit in good. These are like minute problems that we have to kind of, like I said, that's why I call it Legoland. I really believe that they're going to utilize the people that we have. This goes back to the last question. Are we going to keep those other guys in and get rid of the guys who won't play? The more people that are going to be in this rotation, the less minutes that people are going to play at their position, especially people who have been hurt before, like Mitch and stuff like that. He's going to play. If he starts, he's going to come out within 5 minutes. That 5 minutes of impact is deep offensive rebounds, double chances, triple chances, 2 big 7-footers in there. Towns could go to town literally with the threes and the running in, his rebound on the weak side, all those things. If they start it and they start small, whether it's either at Deuce or I don't think Hart's going to start. I really don't believe it, but I really don't believe it. I really think it's Deuce or Mitch. I really think that is really what it might be, but it could be Josh because he's been there. And let's not forget something too. I'm listening deeply to what they're saying when they're being interviewed, especially the coach. All eyes are on the coach. The coach, I know it's talk, but he sounds like just like he didn't say play no. We talked about it in the last show. He don't really have to coach much because these guys they're NBA players, and he didn't, and he let them go to town on it. But he has plenty of schemes, plenty of things to write up, a pile of people around him, coach-wise, that can help him out and figure that out. And I know that he sat down with these guys already. He sat down with Mitch and Cat, and he sat down with the starting 4. He sat down with the entire team, and he sat down with the captain, and he not only told them what he wanted to do, but he asked them. What worked for you the best last year, guys? What did you find to do the best last year, guys? How did you feel that this worked out good? Did you like it when you both were in there? How did it work out for you when you were on this, on that? How did it feel when you played that? How about the bigger teams that run and gun? How about the guys who played half court? So I know that all this stuff is a great talking points, right? But when it comes time to play, Cat has ingratiated himself. He's a winner. He is now a NBA All-Star center, right? He's been playing center for a while. I mean, in New York. I know he's been there for it. He could play either one. It doesn't matter. I think the only reason why there will be mostly Cat starting at center instead of the double bigs is because of the foul trouble that they don't want to get their 2 big guys into early foul trouble. That may be the only hindrance of it, but that's it. They definitely know how to work this, and they got a coach that's going to keep their eye on it. And you don't think that Towns, that's why we keep saying there's going to be a starting 5, but we definitely know who the starting 4 is. The starting 4, again, is JB, Bridges, OG, and Cat. Now we'll see if Mitch is in there. We'll see if Deuce is in there. We'll see if Hart is in there. But I don't think I believe it's going to be they're going to also, the best part about all this is that when we get to the playoffs, we're going to have fresh legs, fresh arms, because we have good to great players, like 10 to 12 of them. We have good, like above average, really above average players, 10 of them at least. So by the time it gets to the end of the season, we're going to be fresh. Don't expect like JB to do the same numbers, or may expect it, because we have people now who could come in and play 15, 20, 25 minutes if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, these are called good problems, and they're not problems. That's what it means. Put Mitch in there with Cat. You're going to have shooters and you're going to have rebounding all day.
It's a win-win no matter which way.
No matter what.
Mike Brown got an arsenal to work with, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God!
And no matter what what direction they decide to go, they're only gonna do what's best for the Knicks. They're not gonna put no player in that team in a bad situation. That's just not gonna happen. They're gonna put Cat in the Cat. If Cat literally say, you know what, I'm good here. If I need to do this, I could do it. I done did it on these levels, but I just really believe that he'll be all right because he's gonna get to play the center. But because of they talking about throwing, listen, they threw up 57 3-pointers yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Brown want them dudes to shoot over 40 3-point attempts a game. So that's why I understand why he'd want to put Cat out there, because Cat shot 47% from out there last year. Like 42% from downtown last year. So I understand why he wanted to go with Mitch. That way he got Mikal, Anunoby, Brunson, and Carl every time on that perimeter, knocking down shots from the 3-point line. It just is really, really what it boils down to. And at the same time, able to have a guy to defend that paint. So I ain't got no problem with that. I really don't. I don't have no problem with that. And I think these guys are professional. They adjust very well, and they plan for something bigger. I just think it's a win-win no matter what. But I tell you what, though, let me salute to the chat too, man, because I get to shout you guys out for a while. Radu was good. DeVale was good. DeVale, good to see you as well. Thank you for coming back in. Wolverine was popping. Queen is in the building. Darlene, Sue, Dave Smith was good. Size 9 was popping. Piece of the God, Alive Wise was good. AP and everybody, man. Salute to the whole chat. Brian, thank you for the super chat again, my man, and especially for being a member, Brian. Appreciate you for real. Thank you for that, man. Always. And everybody else, man. Salute to the whole chat, man. Thank y'all for coming in. But we just want to chop up a little bit about the game last night. There's a third preseason game. They still got some rust to get out of there. But I like the fluidity of the offense. I like that they moving that ball up and down the court. Chad, Jay, they not playing half court ball all the time. So like I said earlier, even when your field goal percentage from a 2-point area is not really clicking at half court, by you getting up and down that court, getting them transition fast break points, it still gives you a chance to score some buckets. Because I think that's good that they're not one dimensional. They tried it last year a little bit, you know what I mean? But I think now Mike Brown demanded that they get up and down the court, Jay Cho and Shot Power. Like, that's part of their offense system, is to get easy transition buckets. I'm looking for the assists to be better this year because they're moving the ball more. And the key to that is them cats knocking them shots down. Because I don't care how much you pass the ball, the dude don't hit the shot, then the assist don't mean, then you ain't getting no assist. So what you want to see is that the ball movement is good. Just knock down the shot. And then I think them assist percentage go up from last year, like what, 25 a game or something like that, maybe to the 30s now, maybe to the 30s because they getting easy buckets in transition. They moving the ball more rapidly around, and if cats hit open shots, and the best shot is an open shot. So if they move that ball around and they got a good open shot, they knock them down. I think Knicks offense systems will go up this year. And I think they get, no matter what night it is, if they're not shooting the ball well from downtown, whatever, they can also get them points on the fast break and transition. I think they're doing that by letting their defense create turnovers, get rebounds off the rip, throw the ball down court, push the ball up, and just keep moving. Let's see how it goes, Shaw Powell. But I think that's the formula right now for sure.
Yeah, Divine. I don't. Right now, it is just to see how they're going to work this lineup. That's all I want to see. You know, we know what the core 9 is. This team is going to run a 9.5 10-man rotation, and let's see what happens. Like you said, the next game on Monday, you might see Malcolm Brogdon in the starting lineup. Who knows? You know what I mean? You might see Deuce starting. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? Josh Hart might come back and start. Who knows? You know what I mean? So the option for me, I mean, I like any one of the guys that start because I think you have an effective second unit. But the most effective unit, in my opinion, is starting Deuce McBride in the starting unit. And I mean, everyone's talking about, if you want to start Deuce, then Cat plays the center. You know what I mean? Now you have to help out rebounding. Deuce rebounds the basketball. You know what I mean? He can rebound the basketball. He's pretty good, and I think he can get down there and crash the boards. OG looks like he wants to be more committed to rebounding the basketball this year. And Cat is a double-double machine down there rebounding the basketball. That would have you having Malcolm Brogdon, Clarkson, Josh Hart, Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson in the second unit. You know what I mean? And I think I like both of those units, even though you can still maneuver those units in without having them as the set units. But those are like the guys, if we're going to, line it up like that, I think that's an easy way of doing it. Or we could still use the Mitchell Robinson thing and, Mitch stays in there the first 5, 6, 7 minutes in the game and pull him out and put Josh Hart or put Deuce and put 2 guys in at the same time so you can't determine who's the 6th man, because we're going to have about 2 guys this year that can viably shoot for the 6th man position. And it could be Josh Hart, it could be Deuce McBride, it could be Clarkson, or it could be Malcolm Brogdon. All these guys already had the last 2 that I mentioned already had it, and the other 2 are thriving to get it. So let's see what happens, man. I'm excited for this year, and let's see how these 9-man rotations are going to work.
Yeah, you know what? You can't go wrong with and none of them. And if it's Deuce McBride, it's a win. If Josh Hart is a win. For me, Mitchell Robinson is a big win. I'm gonna tell you why. If them motherfucking 3-point shots ain't falling this year, somebody better grab the motherfucking rebounds. First 40-something threes. Woo, you gonna have if we ain't clicking, that's why I'm leaning towards Mitch, because his offense rebound is gonna be needed this year. Because of if we go to this 40 putting up 40 shots a game from outside, which is a lower percentage shot. That's the reason why I'm leaning with Mitch, is because of that, because his rebounding. And if not only that, if you only got Cat in there, that means Mikal Bridges, Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson, they got a rebound. But here's the problem with today's NBA, ladies and gentlemen. Guess where they guarding at though? Them 4 guys I talked about. Guess who the player they guard? Guess where they at?
Perimeter.
They're in the perimeter, so they can't get to that rebound.
That's right.
That's today's NBA. How do you substitute? Like, you know what? And it's not that Mikal and them guys not good rebounders. 9 out of 10 when they on defense, the dude they playing is out there. But now they gotta run way from out there.
Yeah.
That's why you got to put Mitch in there. That's why everybody else doing it, because this is a 3-point shooting league, and the person you guard at 9 out of 10 is out there. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's why I'm leaning with Mitch for that reason, and because of his rebounding power to help Cat out. Because Cat can't be the only one in that starting lineup that's only one grabbing rebounds, and them other, they get them. Don't get me wrong, they get them. They do get them, but their chance is more slimmer because the person they guarding is the one who's shooting the ball from out there 9 out of 10, and they got to run from.
Let's talk about Josh Hart.
Unless you talk about Josh Hart.
Let's talk about Josh Hart.
Facts. Yeah, right. See, Josh Hart. Hey,
Talk about the rebound. He did it last year.
Yep. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, Jay.
and like those guys who guard the perimeter, I was so that the wing stop or whatever it might be, they like you said they're gonna be out there. Last year they got so tired coming in to help the middle because of the Cat is probably one of the most perennial big man scorers I've seen in my life, like 7-foot scorers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the defense is harder. That's why Mitch is so important to that defense in the middle, to kind of piggyback on what you're saying. And because of that, of course it's gonna make you tired if you got to double, go run into the middle to help out, then run back out to guard your man, then run back into the middle to help you out. So if you do use the double big, all that stuff is silenced. You're quieted. Your legs are stronger. You're not as tired. That bunion don't hurt as bad. Things are definitely going to be different. But like I said, they're gonna move them around and they're gonna move a lot of people around. And again, this is another reason why I say you keep the veterans. You need people that know exactly what they need to do. The only person that I would like to see stay right now might be like a Hakaporty, because having that extra big man is important. Mm-hmm. But to me, the other guys, but that depends on how many people. I got to do the math on how many people we have. Just real quick, Liz hopped on to say hello, first time on your show, and her daughter Genesis. Peace to you, my beautiful sister Liz. We go to church together. Thanks for hopping on. She she definitely what do you call that? Supporting type of individual, and feel better. She's not feeling so great right now, so God bless you. Feel better, and thanks for hopping on for sure. I think that we have so many questions in our head because we have so many good players, so many different schemes we can move and change. And things are going to change. They're going to constantly change no matter what we say, no matter what. Like you said earlier, Divine, Cat's not going to say no to playing power forward. He's not. He's what do you call that? Game player. He's a team player.
Team player, right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if you notice that we didn't go out and get anybody like that. Clarkson's a little wild, a little bit off the chain, whatever it might be. But you know what? I think he's gonna fit in beautiful here. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. That movie he did yesterday when he went up and fade. We got players here.
Yep,
I'm really telling you, put the league on notice. The Knicks are coming. Mm-hmm. The Knicks are coming.
Yeah, real quick. Just to get off the Mitch and the big man thing. But here's another thing that's real important, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the teams in the East. And some of the most dominant teams got 2 7-footers up there, whether it's Mobley and Jared Allen, whether it's Giannis and Miles Turner, whether it's Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware, whether it's you name it, whether it's Orlando, they got them 2 big dogs up there, dog. I'm telling you, these teams in the East is tall. And I think when you play teams like the Milwaukee Bucks and play teams like Miami, play teams like Cleveland, play teams like Philly with Embiid, whoever going to be the power forward there, in the East anyway, that's the reason why I was giving this nod to Mitch, because the way the East is built, they built a certain way. You know what I mean? A lot of the teams are built a certain way, and they built heavy up top. Porzingis and my man in Atlanta now. You see what I'm saying? You go on up and down that Eastern Conference, them 2 big 7-footers and 6'10" dudes up there, legitimately. So, I think that's the reason why I think they're doing what they're doing, because you can't throw a small team at Cleveland. You can't throw a small team at definitely not at Giannis and Miles Turner. Them 2 7-footers right there alone as well. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do this thing, but it don't matter who starts, who finishes, and if the Knicks win the game. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it boils down to. I think that the Houston Rockets got like they whole team has got a 6'7" or bigger, except for Van.
Yeah.
7'2" and bigger. They're humongous, bro. Yo, they're like 8 feet, bro.
Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein and oh man, now you got DeAndre Ayton and whoever be out there is crazy, man.
Even before Miles Turner, he had Brooke Lopez and he had Bob and Portis, and he had so they've been doing that. There's only 2 teams I remember in history that didn't necessarily need the 7-footers, even though it was that Detroit team that had both the Wallace brothers, right? And Shaq said the strongest person that ever guarded him was Ben Wallace. But Ben Wallace was a short guy. He wasn't a center, short for a center. I'm saying not
the afro.
Right. With the afro, he was 7'2", but you cut that off, he was about 6'2". No, all jokes aside, that team, and of course, you Golden State Warriors were an anomaly. They were an anomaly. They shot threes like you couldn't miss. Their center was 6'4", and then Kevin Looney came in. That's the truth. That's that. So because they won that way doesn't mean that's the recipe. The real recipe, you want to see the real recipe? Go back and look at them 94, 95 Houston Rockets type of teams where even the small forward was 7 feet tall. Otis Thorpe. Right? Kevin, Robert Ory. That team had 3 7-footers in their starting lineup. Yeah, so you look at these guys, it's always like that. It's always like that. Always like that. Yeah, 2 small guys, 6'9" guy, and 2 7-footers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see how it goes, but we know we got options. We got one thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of options in New York. We can go whatever way the game go. And whatever the good thing about what we got, whatever any team throw out there, we can throw it out there too. That's the good thing about it. No matter who start, like I said, it might go according to what, like now, let's say we play a team, they don't got 2 7-footers. You might see Deuce McBride and Josh Hart there. Because I think y'all were talking about it earlier where they can shift it up a little bit. So it might be Deuce one night, it might be Mitch one night, it might be Josh Hart. All depends. You know what I mean? But the good thing about it, we can do it. And this is a very, very versatile team. They so versatile, it's crazy. Shaw Powell. I think last night, like Mitch, they didn't need Mitch last night. For the one reason, is nothing he could do with Rudy Gobert. Mitch is not even, I'm talking about from, like, you don't need Mitch on the court with Rudy Gobert. Because what Mitch gonna do, he can't score against Rudy Gobert. There ain't too many people could do that, and you see that last night. So I get why Mitch didn't play a lot last night. His offense wasn't needed. He rebounded the ball well, but he wasn't needed on that court last night because he ain't scoring on no Rudy Gobert. Not too many Knicks could do that. Shit, not too many people in the NBA could do that. So I give Mike Brown his kudos. Know what, Mitch? You don't really got an offense bag, so that means that you're not scoring against Rudy Gobert anyway.
Plus, we need you for the real stuff. We don't need you for this. We need you for the real stuff.
That's all that was to me last night. It's just that his offense wasn't. It's preseason anyway, so save him. They don't let him get hurt, nothing like that. But Rudy, I can see why he didn't play Mitch after that first half. Mitch wasn't productive from the way he played basketball, not because against that team. He going against a dude who played defense. Better than him probably right now because he reigned a 2-time defense player of the year. So, if Mitch don't got an offense bag and Rudy Gobert is a great defender, ain't no need to have Mitch in there. so not at that point in the game, but anyway, but that's how I went last night, man. They didn't play a lot of guys, but listen, man, we're gonna get out of here in a few minutes, man. A couple of we get around. But listen, Monday, ladies and gentlemen, Washington Wizards, 7:30. We'll be on with the pregame. They'll be on 7. Knicks be 7:30. We'll be on at 6:30. Got Washington Wizards, and they got the Hornets 4 days after that. Then that following Wednesday, dun, 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 dun. all those now. Cleveland Cavaliers coming to Madison Square Garden. This could be a makeup of the Eastern Conference Finals possible.
Maybe.
But
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something though. Cleveland, y'all better show and prove because y'all both have been them dog. Y'all both have been up there last year. You got kicked out of there.
I ain't whatever with them.
All right.
Yeah, to me, they paper warriors. To me, I'm not even worried about it. Paper warriors.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Kind of like that team in the Bronx. Oh, I'm stretching. I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah, real tough.
But anyway,
Jay, so to give me some words, get your last words, and we get around, go to Shop Power, and we get out of here, man. I know everybody ready to get chill and do that thing, man. So let's get and talk about it.
Absolutely. Once again, it's always great, and this is real talk for sure. To talk about the Knicks and talk, with my brothers on here with the chat. I'm thankful for not only my brothers here on here, but to have an opportunity to talk about our favorite team during the off season, during the times where the things are happening. That's a great thing about sports, man. Today you might have did something during the day or something happened in your life. You come down and you talking to people alike that are the same, that talk, the same stuff, and it gets you're in a different world now. We good. So the Knicks are in a great position, and as fans, we're in a great position, man. I don't even think that most people really understand how amazing right now our team is composed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All jokes aside, we might go like 8-2-0. No, I'm only playing, but we definitely going. we definitely
will. On this real
I do want
will.
2K. But look, we're gonna have a fun season, that's for sure. And if we gotta hold them accountable, doesn't matter what our win count is. It's going to be a fun season. You're going to enjoy it. Sit back and get ready for it. And that's real talk, for real. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Shop Powers.
Mine is short and quick, man. I'm about to go to Manhattan and go get me some insomnia cookies and a slice of artichoke pizza. So thank you, Jay Chosen. Thank you, Divine. And I'll see y'all on Monday. How about that? All right. I'm about to go to I'm not affiliated. I'm not affiliated or not like that. But if you want to send some our way or something like that, throw us some ads or something like that, we're more than appreciated. But I'm about to go give me a slice of pizza, some good excuse my friend, some good ass chocolate chip cookies.
There you go. Gunsmoke Pete. Hold up, real talk. Gunsmoke Pete is in the chat, and you could tell Jay Chosen is hip hop, street oriented. He took that shit back to the back. He said, "Funky fresh, Brooklyn, funky fresh." I'm like Jay Chosen said, "Funky fresh." I'm like, that's an OG right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's an OG right there. For real. He said, funky fresh, Brooklyn.
Fresh.
Yo, man, listen. Y'all enjoy the weekend, man. No Giant football. They took care of that Thursday. We good there. Y'all just enjoy the weekend, man. Be safe and everything like that. And enjoy your weekend, everything like that, man. Be safe out there. We'll see y'all on Monday. Jay Chosen, Shop Power. Thank you, brother, for coming in once again.
Always,
and Brian Acosta and Brian Acosta, thank you for the super chat. And AP, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Appreciate you for real. But for the super chat, man. Y'all enjoy your night. Be safe. Have a good one. Divine, Jay Chosen, Shop Power. Enjoy that food, my man, and them cookies.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all have a good one, man. We out, man. Peace.
Peace.
You are now about to witness
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the Mr. Branders, hands on, going hard like Talisman. Who's style just aiming at the mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. With the script, you know we get it like crypto in the rip though. I side really quick, we locked them from the get-go. On this Nick show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like sauce. The KRT drip club leading up to flip off. We flew by confidence, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We got our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to this going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye. You heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo, you broke the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding on orange blue skies. And Metropolitan, we connecting the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms that pass the fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick to the assassin.
You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!